Um, all right, take two. This wasn't supposed to happen, but I watch a lot of YouTubers that have second channels to talk about their life experiences or to be open with their viewers. And why does that have to be a second channel thing? I think that I can understand wanting to have your passion projects first, but it's more important for them to be open. And I'm gonna take advantage of that and do it right here on that channel with less than 10 subscribers, I think. But I want to talk about my personal experience, and what better one to talk about than something that's affected me for years. And it's not Rocket League, no. Board drop. I was an ex-pro uh, 5-ish years ago, and I won't say I was contracted for orgs, but I made a solid $30,000, and that's good enough for me to call myself a pro player at the time. But besides the point, I uh, I want to talk about something that's affected me for. I want to say it happened to me when I was around 13 or 15. So in around 5 to 3 years, I think more closer to 5 to 4, and that's well, it was someone I was talking to, and well, I'll even say that we were dating 2.5 months, and one day out the blue, I never saw her again. Now, leading up to that, to the 3 weeks before, she stopped inviting me over to her house, and we started hanging out outside a lot more, and I was fine with that. I was like, whatever, maybe renovations would do something, right? I was clueless. And then one day I texted, and I never got a response. And I moved on, and I thought, huh, why have I never got a response? And it's been 2 days, and I was like, oh, maybe she broke her phone. And it had been 3 days, and I was, hey, this is awkward. I feel like you would have been able to talk somehow. And then it had been a week, and I saw one of her friends that I knew, and she was like, oh, how are you feeling that so and so moved to Ontario? What? Ontario? On that Ontario. From BC. Yes, BC. I won't say where because I'm not doxing myself, but BC. And I thought, whoa, really? And turns out that in those 3 weeks, I presume, still don't know, that their whole house was moving. And one of those days, she just left. And I never saw her again. I never got to talk to her again. Well, I, I'm not gonna say lost her, but I never got to see her again. And she, for probably, was still in Ontario. And all I know is that one day we were going strong, and the next day I didn't have someone to talk to anymore. And the day before, had somebody that I could confidently say was my girlfriend, and the next day I was alone. And this, ooh, my shot. This it affected me, and I'm not afraid to say that it still affects me now. Oh, no, I'm not afraid anymore to say that it still affects me now. But it's like one day I thought we are going strong, and the next day I never see you again. I'm so fucking tired of trading. But my house is making. But it's just, yeah, it hurt. I thought that was gonna be someone that, at least when a little, I wasn't in love or anything. I was definitely someone that's my first wish. And not the first they just say that's the only one because of it. You know, it's like today, I was invited by someone that has, you know, been in my teams for a while, talked for a while, and okay, 2 weeks, and they invited me over because they made cookies, and I was like, ooh, cookies, you know, badass small cookie, mm. And I hesitated when I got that message, and then I said, no, I'm okay, and they sent me a photo later. Those cookies look so good, man. That's the point. Um, I hesitated, and I think it was my mind being scared of the possibility. And for all I know, it could have even been like that. It could have just been like they made extra cookies, and I'm like decent friends with them. They're like, oh, yeah, cookies. But my mind went straight to, thinking what could happen, and then thinking I don't want to be hurt again. And I'm not afraid to say that there's been a couple of people I've talked to where I've I've thought about it, and I was like, I don't want to go through the pain and that again. And I've talked to a few people about this, right? And they go, "Oh, it's not your fault. You literally just got, radio silence random." But their insurance doesn't mean anything when I still can't believe it in my own head, and it's still something that like every time I think about it, it's like, did I really did that really happen? And it's caused my mind forever to think, was this something I did? Is it my fault? Am I a horrible person? Did I do something so astronomically horrible that this person would just straight up disappear and I'd never see them again? Or that they would never want to see me again. Got it. But I don't know. It's something that's affected me, and obviously, senior in high school, I've talked to a lot of people in talking stages, and it's something that they always go. If I tell them, they always go, "Oh, don't worry about it," or "That doesn't matter," and that I will get through it, and that because I say a lot that I don't feel bad, and I don't think that I would be able to treat them as well as they could be treated because of that nagging, thing in the back of my mind. And no matter how often, oh, shot. And no matter how often they say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it." Just gonna worry about it. And it's something where it's a burden on me, and I don't want that burden to go onto someone else's shoulders, even if it's just one shoulder. I am either too self-centered or I'm too other self-centered, where I just want to keep it to myself, and it's caused some problems. I've probably been a few people that I've dated, but because of my hesitancy in that, I end up saying things like, "Oh, you know, I maybe should I'm gonna wait a bit," or "I don't feel ready to be in a relationship," knowing damn well that I am completely fine. And well, no. or sorry, knowing damn well that it's just this one thing that's stopping me. Because from what I've been told, right, it's like, oh, dude, you just got like 1 in a trillion, like, unlucky, super duper unlucky, like you rolled the triple sixes and the devil's gonna come out of the jackpot. But it's just the fear of knowing that it's a possibility of happening, and knowing that even if it won't, right, you can't promise that something like that can't happen again to someone. And that fear lives with me forever. And I think it's something that I'm just gonna have to accept as a challenge that I need to overcome. Because it's hard, right? Like, it's hard to think about the fact that I was with this person for a good amount of time. And, okay, not a good amount of time, like, enough time. And then one day, suddenly, I'm nothing, and there's something. And I've always thought about, like, what would I do if I ever saw that person again? And there's a few things. I want to ask why. Because I've always thought in my mind since then that this was a me thing. I did something wrong. I messed up. I fucked up so astronomically bad that they never want to speak to Alberta again. But then I want to ask, or well, not even want to ask, do they even remember? Like, this could just be me, right? Maybe this person doesn't even remember. They've fully moved on. And it's just me being a chud. But, it's affected me, right? And I'm able to help others. I have blogs that helped others. And I have close friends I have that have asked me, for talk. And I help them get through whatever they're going through. But seemingly, I'm never going to be able to help myself. And it's something that is happening elsewhere as well, right? I applied to many universities across Canada and globally, internationally, I guess. And I'm not afraid to say that I got accepted to like 90%, right? Like not majority, but I got accepted to some pretty good universities locally. I was taught in my country, and I got accepted to some good universities worldwide. University of Madrid, University of Seoul are two examples. But I said no because my plan was to do 2 years at the local college and then transfer to one of the sniper schools because I would save money, keep classes, and I'm staying at home. But I haven't applied, and it is the 27th of February, and I wasn't scared to apply to any of these universities, any of these genuine, hard to get into, difficult universities. But the fucking community college that is local to me, I seemingly just I can't do it, right? Like, I have helped people, like, I'm just gonna say close friends, I have helped people, apply to these places. Yet, every time I'm in this position, I freeze and I can't, and I struggle, and I just can't do it. I can't get myself to send out that application to the one place that I want to go to. And I think it correlates to that same issue I had because of her, where I'm scared of not even rejection, right? 'Cause, rejection's whatever. I'm scared of that loneliness of just being left out to dry. And it's gone now. But for like a month, I'd wake up and I would just look at that thing and go, what did I do? And now it's since I believe it, it's just in the back of my mind or ever since. Like, what did I do? And we were young, right? And maybe it's just immaturity and I shouldn't keep it so much. But, I mean, it still hurts. And it still affects me to this day of thinking about it and being like, damn, you know, I just I just lost that person and I'm never gonna see that person again. And every time I've talked to somebody since, it's the same struggle of not wanting to get hurt again and not being able to take that chance. And especially now, not wanting to burden somebody with my own issues. And that's not something I should worry about. I mean, a relationship's supposed to be helping each other, right? But again, maybe it's that self-centeredness of not wanting to maybe put challenge on somebody that I keep to myself. And I think that I just have to realize that sometimes, or eventually, I'm gonna have to. I can't just bottle it up forever because that's such a chud move, son. Void moment. But yeah, I look at myself now and I go, was it my fault? Was it was it my fault? And while the logical answer is no, fuck no. I did everything right, and this person that. But even if I take that logical answer, it still doesn't feel right, you know? It still feels it still feels like my problem that I have, and that the only person to fix my problem is, me. Imagine. But I think that I don't even want to say trauma because that sounds bad. That sounds like I got ran over by a truck and now I can't go on the road. Trauma. But that trauma has stuck with me. And I don't think it's ever gonna leave me until I don't think it's ever gonna leave me. I think that I'm forever stained with what happened. And it's something that I either wear proud and try to learn from, which I have. Or it's something that I just see, witness, and go, fuck. That's it, man. Fuck. Like, fuck. Yeah. Just a talk all around. And I don't want anybody else to have to try and fix me when I can fix myself. But then I contradict myself because I go, but that's what other people are for. That's what the people I'm close to are for. They're supposed to be there to help me fix myself. But then again, contradicting again, I don't want to burden somebody else with my challenges. And that causes me to just keep it to myself and no matter how unhealthy that is, it's something that I do. And I can either fix that issue or I can shut Max forever. And even saying that out loud, I think I'm just gonna take option two. And I don't know. Maybe if I wasn't so scared, and I just said yes to one of these talking stages that doesn't, and I dated somebody again, maybe I'd realize that it's not all so bad, and that I need to get past it. But I just don't think I can. I just don't think that the way I am now and the problems I've faced in my life have allowed me to be able to look at what happened and be able to say, yeah, you know? And I wish I could say that after all this, like, I got past it and she doesn't affect me anymore. And that pain of her, of never seeing her again, went away. I pray that I could say that one day, but I can't, and I don't think if I ever say it, it's true. I think that this is a trauma that's gonna last my whole life, and I just have to realize that I'm stuck as this little insult should, who fucking can't go out with someone seriously anymore because they're scared of a fucking scenario that will most likely never happen again. How do you pogo? Is it like... Okay, sorry, sidetrack. But I just don't see how I'll ever move on. And like recently, I started to get back into anime after like 6 years because I thought it was cool, and then I became a normie and said, "You animes are chud losers, you're so weird." And then I came to now where I was like, "No, that shit's cool, man." And especially my romance anime, that shit's been my pride and joy recently. I think they're cute, funny, and every time I watch it, I think about it. And I'm not afraid to say that it brings me emotional. Oh, whoa. I'm at the yawn, sorry. But it brought emotions of what did I do wrong? And I keep going back to this because I'm fucking circling, but it's not something easy for me to talk about. I mean, this is something that happened to me, and the more I think about it, the more I think I'm probably never gonna meet somebody who what goes through this issue, right? I'm never gonna meet somebody who had a good had a good relationship, healthy, good relationship, and one day out of the blue, never spoke or saw or anything with them again. It's a house where there was one time I drove by it, and I won't lie, I think I had a panic attack where I had trouble breathing because I saw that house, and I wasn't even in love with that girl. I think it just brought up the pain of never, of the pain of my own head going, you're a failure and a mistake and a bad person. You did something so horrible that this person would literally cut you off forever. that makes me go, wow, you know? And I realize it now that the more I talk about, the more comfortable I get with that scenario. But also, the more I talk about, the more I realize that it still hurts, man. It still really fucking hurts. And I'm gonna look at this video later, and the same audio issue of me whispering is gonna pick up, and I'm not gonna have any audio again on a video fully about audio. But that trauma, that trauma has just fully changed my outlook on everything. And I don't know, Microsoft ad, but it excelled my paranoia into like every time I talk to a girl, it's okay. Well, that's not fun. Every time I'm in a talking stage and they want to go high, like further, and begin dating, I freeze up and I hit the flight or fright, and I say the same thing every time. I say, "Oh, I don't think I'm ready. I think we should wait," or "I think I should. I'm not ready at this moment in time." And then they always come back with the same response. No, it's okay. It's fine that you don't have much experience dating. It's fine. Blah blah blah. But it's just me not wanting to be a burden on this. And I think eventually I'm just gonna have to understand that those people they want to have my burden on them. But that feeling is something that I can never shake because I will never like never want ever want to. I'm so sorry, but I never want to burden someone. I would rather hold the door open for 30 minutes straight than let it close on somebody. If that's a good analogy. But I don't know. It's it's a tough cookie. And it's a cookie that, hey, going back a little bit, it's a cookie I could have ate. It's a cookie I could have ate and I could have talked to that cookie and maybe even began something with that cookie. But being such a little fucking shitter, I left that cookie and now I think I've lost my chance to ever go to that cookie again. And now I'm gonna have to find a new jar to stick my hand into. And that doesn't mean I'm gay, by the way, before that gets mixed up. That just means finding someone new. I thought about that. I was like, wait, if you should hand a different jar, that could be a metaphor for becoming gay. No. That was a good one, though. I'm looking to keep that cookie jar, like, analogy in my head. That shit was kind of gas. But, I think me making this video, it's gonna help me. But I also think that I've been rambling on too long. So hopefully in a couple months, a few more videos of this style are gonna get posted. And that hopefully in a couple months I can come back to this and say something different about the same topic. I hope that in a couple months I can come back here and say that I've developed and that I've gotten past this mental barrier that has been on my head for God knows how many years now. Maybe I should ask God. I'll pray to him tomorrow morning. Dumb. Who knows? And maybe I'll get that answer. But there's the chance this video gets 1 trillion views, and the person, that person is one of them. And if they see this, don't even try to contact. Just look at yourself and say why, and that's it. And that's it. I've changed a lot in appearance, but I feel like it's a pretty memorable thing, so you should probably remember. This was something different. I mean, all the videos on my channel are 2 troll clips. I think something for school and a stream VOD. But thank you for listening to a fucking high school senior loser ramble on for. It doesn't show me how long I've been recording for, but a while. And thank you. I thought about the thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But seriously, it's good to talk about it. And if you can't fully talk from your heart to somebody about something, make a private YouTube channel and fucking talk for as long as you can about it. Because you may not realize it, but just saying it, it helps. And I hope that I, right now, just helped you in this same issue that I've been having. And I hope that I never have to fucking talk about this again because my fucking microphone doesn't pick it up again, bro. I did a fucking 50-minute one and I re-listened to it and not a single fucking audio piece picked up, bro. I was pissed. But seriously, thank you. And I know how to zoom in on here. Can I? Like, whoa, I'm moving. Um, but like seriously, I'm not a big YouTuber, and this isn't some second channel of some dude with like 10 mil or fucking 500K subs. But this is something that I hope someone watched through. And even if you didn't watch through and you skimmed from the start to the end, thank you. And Godspeed, viewer. Thank you.